Welcome to Autism Academy, a fully accredited school whose foundation is built on 4 fundamental building blocks. In this 4-part series, we'll be taking a look at what each building block means to AAED and how they impact every decision we make and shape the Autism Academy you see today.
Everybody in the school treats every single student as if they're the most important person in the world.
In all my years of education, it's always been kids first. From being a teacher in the classroom, to being an administrator, to being a special ed director, to owning my own schools. My motto for 30 plus years has always been kids first.
You know, we do whatever we can to help accommodate our students, make them feel comfortable, make them feel ready, make them feel excited for school. We go through great means to bring these differences out with all the children. You know, we really want to really celebrate everybody's individual difference, to get other people to appreciate them, other students to appreciate each other. And I think it goes a long way. You know, once a student feels validated, once a student feels loved and or they get the feeling that the teachers are truly invested in them, you get a lot more out of them. And that's what I love to see. You know, I think a lot of students here do their work because they want to, not because they feel they have to. And I think the students really see that. They notice that it is a genuine thing that's going on, and that inspires them to put their best foot forward, or to you know, be a little more resilient and make sure that they you know, be the best they can. And
for sure, the whole school is kids first, because we're always kind of looking out for their needs. You know, we have kids that need more of a break in math and stuff like that. We let that child take time to take a break, to kind of take some deep breaths, go sit on the couches for a few minutes, and then come back and do their math, because everybody has tough days. And so we let them know, you know, if you're having a tough day and you need a 5 or 10 minute break, we're going to take that break, so when you come back, you're ready to learn. And so I think that just giving them time to process.
You are anticipating a child's needs, and oh man, there's so many examples of this throughout every day.
A lot of companies, they think about their finances, bottom line, how their decisions affect themselves. Here at AAED, we really run on a different principle: kids first in every decision. Our staff is so flexible that they jump in wherever is needed. Like just recently, when our transportation was down, instead of canceling our routes for the day, our owner jumped in her own car and she picked those kids up and got them to school. And that really is what it means to keep kids first in every decision.
We're trying to provide top quality servicing and always keep that mentality of kids first. Another area is our aftercare. Before and after care, we try and service as many kids as we possibly can with the staffing that's available. It's never about making a profit for that. It's always just about covering our expenses and making sure that parents are accommodated, because many of our parents work and they need that service. So we really try and come in with wraparound services to help parents in every way possible and to keep kids first.
We are very patient with every child here. We ask questions as much as the kids ask questions, because we know that we can't teach the same for every kid, and each kid learns different. There's hands-on, visual type of learners, so I believe that kids are always first, no matter what.
Autism Academy listens to our children and re-ramps everything around them.
From when we started the school 9 years ago with only 24 kids, what came into play then for Kids First was that we started with 24 kids, but yet we hired 4 teachers, we had paras, we had admin, and we really invested the money up front, and we invested the resources to make sure that our program had a solid foundation and that it was based on kids first from day one.
We just always make sure that they're understanding what we're teaching. And if they're not understanding, we slow down and make sure they are understanding before we move on. And in a public school, you don't have that choice. You just have to keep going, whether the kids are behind or not. So here we just take the time to help each individual child and make sure they're caught up and that they understand, and that we have aides in the room kind of helping those that need to get caught up.
All of my staff, all of my paras, my teachers, admin, from the top all the way down, it's a kids first mentality. That is one of the prerequisites we look for when we're hiring new candidates or new people for the jobs. It's always about how they're going to put the kids first. Anytime teachers would ask me, I need this for my classroom, or I need that. My number one question was always, how does this benefit kids? Because it's all about the kids. If the kids don't have what they need, then there won't be quality programming.
If you can be understanding for your students, it goes a long way. You can almost catch it in the door and be there for them. And so, you know, in an instance, we've had this happen several times. Hey, I just was running late today, I didn't get breakfast. Oh, I've got a snack for you. You know, and give them a chip bag or whatever, you know, just to pick me up to get them through until lunchtime.
When we're hiring teachers and paras, we look for the most skilled people. We look for people with background. We prefer to hire people with experience working with kids. We prefer to look for just people that have that heart for kids. Even if they may not have as much experience, we can teach the skills, but we can't teach heart.
I implement Kids First by putting myself in the shoes of a loving adult in these students' lives. Essentially, throughout the day, you want to make sure that you are filling that role. You're being there for them. They know that you are safe, that you're a safe place for them.
We're always making kids a priority, and it kind of comes before everything else that we do here. So a specific example that I can think of is around the holidays or towards the end of the year, how we really go the extra mile to host really fun and exciting events for the students, so they have an opportunity to communicate and interact with each other. In the past, where I have taught at prior, I've definitely noticed that test scores and other things have kind of taken the front stage as opposed to the kids taking the front stage. Here, we're definitely making the right thing the priority, and we're making the students' happiness and their enjoyment of school first and foremost before anything else.
Our motto for our whole life has been kids first, from our own family to you know, working in children's church and other community involvement we've had. That came from our heart, was kids first. So when we're sitting down to develop our 4 building blocks for the school, and my husband said, let's base it off this number 1, and it's all about kids first. It's been what we believed in from the beginning, and so that's what we did. It was the number 1 building block, and that's what our whole program is centered on.
The longer I've been here, the more I realize, like, this is for real. Like, we really are kids first with every decision, you know, and I thought that was really cool. Like, during the interview process, these are cool building blocks, you know. This is a good foundation for any school, you know, and just the more I've been here, the more time goes by, the more I'm like, wow, like, this is really, you know, this is what we really stand for. And I see it all the time, and I'm just like, wow, like, we really, really are, you know, students first in every decision.